Jack, a man who lived in a small town in Montana, had lost all hope in life. Each morning he woke up to an ever-growing emptiness inside. Bills were piling up, and his low-paying job offered no glimpse of a better future. As he questioned the meaning of his existence, he spent sleepless nights wrestling with thoughts drowned in darkness. One night, an envelope was left at Jack's door. It bore no address, no name. Inside, he found only an old map. The map marked an abandoned mine near the outskirts of the town. Beneath it was a single sentence: "To find the truth, one must first descend into darkness." At first, Jack considered ignoring the map. Yet, the monotony of his life and the gnawing void within him pushed him to follow it. Perhaps this was a sign. Perhaps it would finally give his life meaning. A few days later, Jack arrived at the old mine. The sun had set and the forest was shrouded in eerie silence. As he walked the path to the mine, the damp smell of earth and the rustling of branches unsettled him. When he reached the mine, he pushed open a rusty door and stepped inside. As Jack ventured deeper, the metallic scent in the air grew stronger. The ground was lined with wooden planks, worn and weathered by time. His flashlight beam illuminated, rhythmic drips of water echoing through the darkness. At one point, Jack noticed strange symbols carved into the walls. They were unlike anything he had ever seen, as if left behind for someone destined to decipher them. Further into the mine, he discovered a centuries-old underground chamber. In the center of the room stood an ancient worn table, and atop it lay a thick book. When Jack opened the book, he was filled with dread. Its pages spoke of immortality, curses, and a mysterious entity. On the final page he read, "If you seek the truth, you must be willing to delve into the depths of your soul. But remember, every question has a price." From one of the walls came a faint whisper, sending shivers down Jack's spine. The whisper was in an unintelligible language, yet it struck a chord deep within, stirring his darkest fears. Inspecting the wall closely, he found a hidden panel. Behind it lay a narrow tunnel with a low ceiling. Jack felt an irresistible pull toward the tunnel. Dropping to his knees, he crawled through the darkness. His breath grew shallow, his hands trembled. But at the tunnel's end, he found a space bathed in a cold blue light. This space felt detached from the real world. At its center, a being of incomprehensible form materialized. Without even looking at him, Jack felt the entity was aware of him. It sent a message directly into his mind: "Ask any question and I shall answer. But each answer will cost you a piece of your life." Jack, stunned and afraid, approached the being. Years of unanswered questions flooded his mind. First, he asked about the meaning of existence. "Why are we here?" The entity replied, its voice resonating like an echo. "To create your own meaning." But most fail before they begin. After the answer, Jack felt a tightening in his chest. Still, he couldn't resist asking more. His mind turned to his past and the regrets that haunted him. What if I hadn't given up on becoming a soldier? The entity answered, "You would have lived less, but questioned less." The response conjured visions of a different life in Jack's mind, but the cost was heavy. His body grew weaker. He thought of his mother next, whose absence had left a void in his heart. "If my mother hadn't died giving birth to me, what would my life have been like?" he whispered. The entity's reply was calm but cutting. "Then you would not be who you are today, but you would feel less alone." Each answer weighed on Jack's body and soul, yet an unquenchable curiosity drove him to continue. He asked about lost love, childhood dreams, and missed opportunities. Every response brought him fleeting clarity but deepened the darkness within. At last, Jack realized his life was slipping away. Collapsing to his knees, he asked the entity one final question: "What does knowing all of this change?" After a long silence, the entity replied, "Nothing." But sometimes, the answers themselves lighten the burden. As Jack closed his eyes, the blue light around him faded. He felt himself consumed by emptiness. His life, sacrificed to the hunger for answers, had come to an end. In the void, the entity's final words echoed in his mind. "Some questions are better left unasked, for their answers bring only weight."